Olwaleero munnagagga w'omu Kampala Apollo Nyegamehe abadde amanyiddwa nga Aponye lwawumuziddwa ku bijja bya bajjajjaabe wali mu district ey'Erukiga mu town council eya Muhanga wawumuziddwa olunaku olwaleero ng'ennaku z'omwezi 12 omwezi ogw'omusanvu omwaka 2023 mu kumuwummuza mu kumusiibula mu kumuteeka mu nnyumba ye ey'oluberera abaana be omusika n'abaana bonna boogedde ebigambo badde teboogerangako okuva tata bwe yavambulamu obwensi waliwo bekyezza bajjayo bwino yenna gobadde olindiridde buli kyobadde owulira eyo mu ŋŋambo olwaleero bavuddeyo ne babyogerako taata waabwe yajja ate tata waabwe abadde addukanya ate emirimu gye era baani babadde akola nabo byonna bwino bamwogedde olwaleero nga bakuutira abakungubazi nti tebakyusa ne baleeta ate ebintu ebirala ebibadde tebimanyiddwa mu bizinesi za taata waabwe nti olw'okuba balaba avuddewo afudde takyasobola kwewozaako n'olwekyo batandike bazannye emizannyo okulaba nga batwala bizinesi ze abaana balinnye mu kyoto ne basilinnya enkandaggo ne bagamba kino tebajja kikkiriza kuba batandise obbiwulira wali eyabatandise okwesoma abaagala okuteeka omukono mu by'obugagga bya kitaabwe bantu abadde basanyufu nnyo abadde bakaawo era ne bakusuubiza nti bo beetegefu okutwala emmaali ya taata waabwe mu maaso era okugyongera ogikulaakulanya n'okongera okugigejjesa n'okugizaazaamu esobole okuba nti erinnya lya kitaabwe terifa togge tusaasira nnyo abaana bano maama emikwano n'abako okuba nti bafiiriddwa omuntu waabwe mu mukwano gwabwe abadde empagiruwaga tubasaasira nnyo nti kitalo nnyo bannange kitalo ddala ekyoba nti mwaviiriddwako muzeeyi wammwe kati nsaba mukuwa ebigambo by'abaana bano bye boogedde mu kuziika taata waabwe n'ebikwetaagisa okuba nga olina akatambaala kumpi wooli kuba si byangu kitalo nnyo ekya Apollo Nyegamehe Aponye
Bishop in absentia represented by Vicar General Vian Sande and the clergy, Your Excellency the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker of Parliament and your wife, the former Prime Minister of Uganda and your wife, the ministers present, the MPs present, the generals present, the business community present, the relatives and friends of our family present, all protocol observed. We are gathered here today to remember and honor the life of a resilient, reliable, and truly remarkable gentleman. My name is Harold Byamjisha, and on behalf of all the children, I want to thank you all for coming today to join us celebrate our daddy's life well lived. Before I deliver my speech, I will request my siblings to introduce themselves and say a word. Thank you.
Hello everyone. My name is Lynette Keberunji. Thank you all for coming. I really do want to thank everyone that has come today to share, and this whole week really and truly to share so many beautiful stories and thoughts about my father, because actually you've given me a wider picture. As a child, you don't really get a full view of your father because he doesn't always say everything to you. But hearing all of you share about my father so lovingly, both online for those friends of his that could not make it here, has really helped me as a child to really understand and see and be so deeply inspired and enlightened by my father. So thank you so much for standing with us. It really means a lot to have all of you here. On the morning that my father passed away, I was actually praying, and I was praying a prayer of thanksgiving for him, which I don't normally do, but that morning God put it on my heart to thank God for who my father was, because, you know, my father was a man that did not have an example. My father is a man who has left us with a great example, shoes that are too big for us to fill, but he himself did not have an example. And I was genuinely deeply grateful for a man that persevered through so much to give us everything that we have today. You know, a lot of people said that I was his favorite, or one of anyway, and every time we wanted something, I got sent to go ask for it because there was a higher chance we would get it if I asked for it. However, he was a father that had no special treatment. You know, when you look at all the great wealth and, you know, everything that he has amassed, it's easy to assume that he handed out a lot to his children. But I can speak for myself that we worked for everything that we earned, that we got from him. You know, and he taught me to be wise with my money and to live within my means. And my favorite thing about my father was his heart. You know, a lot of people give great contributions, but it's not about how much money you give. It's always about the heart behind the giving. And my father always gave out of the little he had to not just only us, but all of you here, which is why you're here. And on a personal note, I feel deeply robbed of my father's life. I'm an unmarried daughter. I deeply feel regretful and sorrowful that he will not be there at my wedding day. And all I can say to you, Dad, is I will dearly, dearly miss you with all my heart. I have so much to say, but I know we need to be mindful of everyone else's time. I have a sister called Jackie Kamusime, and I do follow her in the family, and she sent some words that I would love to read that she offered to Dad as well. She says, "Dear Dad, I didn't believe it when I heard the news of your passing. When I saw the horrible pictures of your lifeless body laying on the road, that's when I finally believed that you're gone. I was shattered, hurt, in despair and disbelief, an absolute shock to all centers of my being. Dad, the accident that claimed your life, you had been on the road so many times before, but this time, God called you home. Maybe he understood your pain, that kind of pain you can't explain to a living soul. The Lord knew that you were calling on to him to lead you home. Mom went before you, and I pray that the angels are watching over both of you together. This life is fleeting. You used every breath in your body to make other people's lives better, through your work, through your religion, and through the way you lived your life. Honorable, gracious, and humble. Yours is a mark of excellence. Yours is a mark of a life well lived. No matter what you were going through, each morning I watched you get up and do better. You were full of energy, strong and spirited. You gave and gave and gave and forgave and forgave and forgave, and for that I know God will grant you his eternal kingdom. I will miss your wisdom. I will miss the beautiful moments we shared together. I will miss you asking me to do research for you on all kinds of things. I will miss your listening ear. I will miss your compassion above all. I will miss the love you knew how to give me. My earthly father, you were one of a kind, a force to be reckoned with, a dime in a dozen. I pray that a memoir can be written about your life that will inspire people to rise from the ashes like a phoenix, to transcend all limitations no matter the cards life has dealt them. Your life shows me that anyone can truly be anything that they want to be, and we should all have the liberty to do just that. You remind me of Richard Branson, a dyslexic entrepreneur that now builds spaceships to the moon. Yours was to lift people out of poverty through your numerous businesses, even if you dropped out of school because you were dyslexic and nobody understood that at the time. You overcame that limitation and you made a true impact on several communities, not just in Uganda, but across East Africa. So many things came against you, but you kept carrying on. You have taught me so much: courage, bravery, strength. You are loved. You are honored. My darling father, I will remember you so fondly. We didn't always see eye to eye, but the beautiful moments we shared were more than words can say, and this brings me so much peace. Rest well, my dear father. I will remember you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming to celebrate the life of my late dad. Today is quite emotional for me. I hadn't seen my dad in about 3 years. It's sad for me. Everybody present in your respective capacities, you're welcome to celebrate with us the life of our loving father. Dear Daddy, seeing you lay helpless is not how I imagined God. That's the microphone. Dear Dad, Seeing you lay helpless is not how I imagined God would take you away from us. I wish I carried your pain and shock during that moment but God had different plans. I wish you made it out alive, Daddy. Maybe I would be in hospital seated right next to you praying that you make it out of it. I would do anything to get that last hug. I would do anything to see that smile one more time. I would do anything to have one last dance with you, Daddy. May God receive your soul with mercy and give you the kind of rest that you deserve. You were a good man, you were a good dad, you were a good father, you were a good friend, you were a good husband, you were special to anybody and everybody who knew you. You were the most truthful, respectful, selfless, down-to-earth person I've ever met and will ever know. So many looked up to you and your work ethic. I'm blessed to have experienced a love so pure, a fatherhood so different and special, a connection so deep in my blood. When you were alive, there is nothing and nothing I ever lacked. I would literally give anything to see you happy. I would risk it all for you, Dad. If I was given a chance to lay in that casket right now for you to have a second chance to life, I genuinely and right now would. You are my everything, Dad. I want to say thank you. Thank you, Father, Lord, for giving me and my siblings the most perfect dad and father. In the next life, please give him back to us. He was not perfect, but in my world, he was. Thank you, Dad, for choosing us to be your children. Thank you specifically for choosing me to be your daughter, for taking care of me, praying with me and for me, for loving me, for playing with me, even when you didn't want to play, but I came into your space and you collected me, for providing for me, for protecting me, and most importantly, for grooming me, even though I still needed a little extra time with you. Thank you for breaking the stereotypes of being a great businessman who barely went to school. Thank you for wanting your children to have everything you did not ever have as a child. You always mentioned in your words, you did all you were supposed to do for us and beyond. You didn't limit us to where we went to school and what we studied. You were willing to risk it all for us, have everything we ever needed. Thank you for taking care of the needy and helpless. Thank you for employing many and contributing greatly to the growth of our country, Uganda. Thank you, Mom, for choosing the greatest man to be our dad. Thank you, Dad, for loving Mom and taking care of her until your last breath. In this insane darkness, may God strengthen you, Mommy, today and all the days ahead of you. It's going to be hard, but God is our strength. Thank you for loving Dad the best way you could and standing with him through life. Don't hold any tears from us. Let's cry together. Let's imitate him every day. God knows why it had to be this way. I am who I am because of Dad. To everybody that helped come organize this for our father, thank you. My Tom, the Deputy Speaker, we have a personal friendship. Thank you for being there. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, Uncle Kanajisi, for taking care of Dad when he was alive and all his friends for always being with him. Rest in peace, Dad, until we meet again. You'll always be my first love. You'll always be my everything. I promise I'm gonna make you proud.
Stand aside, stand aside. Who's next?
Nyowe tinyine bigambo byinshi nagereza okwandika tinabaza.
Next.
Then so tinandenda kugamba just nandenda kugira ngo kuba bebarigura sentruka Daddy yanterere miyaja ati haza musingo mutwerere sente ti Daddy tinamanya zindabasaba kwana ntikonkazi ndakwenti nizo ruhanga arampire yagira ati haza abana mwe muhezira haruhanga ekitinisa ntashizira haruhanga ekitinisa nizingahe twashaka ati ntiwarabyemanyira kare najya nti ezo urarebe zirije nizo zindabe mbasize so nahazi mwe woherereza anterere simu twasheka yagira ati we bari kumbekekerezi tujyona kuniwo jombe chire ntinyo kwatina chinataho so yone bibagamba ngudada yombe chirekerezi ejo kerezia ajitira mama nigeye minje akara gira ati mwana wanje ati nkanze ngorenda kuba mu sister so nabuti atwaracingamira na mama barabicingambira konkanye wenyine ubusasi tinyene byo kugamba byone binyine ha mutima tinkabaza kubigamba konkambira ndamuterera buri Sunday mukashesha ari kunya breakfast tuganira sometimes too very serious turagamba having to life just life so ezo Sunday zo kumuterera esimu ndaza kuzimisinga munonga habwokuba mbire ndaguma ndareba habwokuba time difference ahindi ni shaha 10. So mbere ndaguma ndareba mpaka yimukire kugira ngo mbanze namutere esimu takagire kubyama. So God.
Mwasiba muta mwebale kuija twabashemererwa omuka yitu. Nyowe nanye tinyine byingi byokugamba habwokuba nyowe mbire ndasiba na muzeyi ndakora na muzeyi. Izobe eri muzeyi yatungaga accident nkajya nawe ranchi. Twashitama yangira ngo kishiki namujya nti kasigazi ya twasheka kuyarya ngo abwenki washeka mutonenda nkwete kishiki namujya nti dadi nti nkyagomokire munonga titokabaza kunyeta kishiki. So my father was a hilarious man. My father was a noble man. My father was a countryman. And my father was God-fearing. So mubyebyo byona Ruhanga yasharamu kumwegaruliza. Ngeno ndabashaba mwena bali hano koko mwijo mu bwinji mugume mutwatireho mutkunzire kandi twabali abyo bire barakora mu business yeye. Ndabashaba mwe abutubire abuturakora nimwe mutuyambe murebe ngo business yitu yagumizamu omumisho, because all we are looking for now is continuity and we have to move on. Mwebale munonga Ruhanga abembe mbere abali kuzagarukayo kandi mugume muratushabira Ruhanga bakume.
All protocols observed. Nyobara nyeta Nisima Patience. I'm married to Muhumuza Patrick from Bunyoro, and as he always praised me, my photocopy, my twin.
Sorry.
2005. Namutangudenda kuza kwejera yanjira kutoka nsigo. So atandika ukora nawo. All my life I've lived with him. He gave me a chance to work with him. Later, yanyichiriza ku supplying all his workers with food. So I've been taking care of the staff welfare in the factory, which we hope will continue, and we have to hold his legacy. Daddy has been so special to me. On that eve of the morning, he called me and told me, Nsima, chef wanje taliho. That's how he called Mzee Kanajizi. Chef wanje taliho, ndechera ndikuja kulira aho. Mbone kuza kabale, nyine kuza kuzika munywani wanje. Mzee namutechera yisha namugabulira. Ibyo kurya Aneti yaragira ngo bakarya hamwe. Yasigaye yampa assignment. Yangira ati naruga kabale. Shange binakuragira gukora wabiherize. Rero tubone kugumizamo turebe nko turabitwaza. Ecyanshasha no kugira ngo byabirarenda kungambira. Yavuga tabingambire. Wanka mukama ayamuduhara. Ndagira no hamushemerire. Ndaza kumumisinga. Muzeyi na nyine personal relationship nawe. Nebitwa turikora hamwe tutakabimazira. Bashabe mukama wampa amani. Balinjira kwikiriza ngo biraza kuwa. Muzeyi mukama kwecumuro kirungi. Akushikiza umushana gutalirara. Ohumuro mu businji.
mwebale abagenyi bita kumwija kusasira abo kwerwa kwitaha turabasima tutine bugarukiro ekyo n'ekintu kyankwataho munonga akuba urwo rwakana kuko bagamba bona tukaturya emeze emwe nangwa twamara cyamushama twatambara hamwe turashaka twajyayo naza kabari atumara amayamigengo umwana witu ubutubire turakona nawe kwihatungura ubuzima bwo twaza gushenekeza ntabwo byizoba mukuru wanjye anetagira tututahe ngira ati turenda kucera neza kare kuyitumira mihingi reka tuvuge motokemwe mwayabo kuvuga motokibi ntabwo asheka ati niba watandikire ikonomizi zo kutekereza tumaze matembera ni kwe tutambara hamwe tutaha mu motoka ye ugambo umuntu yakwisya nkomuka akansya muka nashaka y'abana nawa ndabaza no kwanzura no mucara wanjye ubu kweyongera gift Maria nebiyeye nshyasine nanayewa but ubu no mucara wanjye muterere shima ngira haza ati no nasimbura mari akari hamirimo ati nanyaho ndahikiro ko kintikambe n'abana so utaha munju ushanga abana bari gukora home wakagira ati mubanze mwaze cyayi kuganira basi munda chika cyo munonga mukuru wanjye anterere simereshara timenshi nanye mutere imiziganiye yanyakwi yakurasiriho ngo kumuri kubireba ndoke kandi nyakuro bumva ati ndihi yego yakunganye tukore tuze kwakora ma dukwa mahuri gashagire gasyo konka mukama amuherezo n'uwo cyubore yabare mu
Welcome all. My name is Peter Agaba and my wife, Mrs. Vivian Agaba, the newly wedded couple. All my life I've been staying with Muzei under the same roof. So when Muzei was taken, I had enjoyed a lot of time with him. In the last 4 years since my mom had passed, we were staying only 2 people in the house. So yambuza Peter, I want to tell you kushohora enju yanje totungo mukazi na janti Muzei mpa mutime. So kuna kuishi yeye abatu nkatungo mukazi wanje mukama yagira kamutware 4 days later after my wedding. Nayebuza but why? So I've been wondering, but I realized all those dinners and breakfasts, we would spend Sundays together the whole day. I got so much wisdom and knowledge, access people were looking to for his knowledge and wisdom he imparted on me. So Muzei, thank you. Okachinkorera daza kutekateka makaga njeje, make you proud. Thank you. Rest in peace.
Yes, thank you all for coming. Amazina ni Kevin Ainembabazi. Nyowe relationship mpango na Muzei tukaba turi nk'abasurukare turagamba byinje hamwe, we just look at our faces tugambe na misho gitu and we just smile. So nyowe life yanje kuyanko mu 2011 nyo turagandi driver wa Muzei inyamuretaga ba driver be baba batariho no mare muretaga mu cyaro Christmas ninga yene mirimo yarenda gukora. So mujyoko kuvuga turebwa advice buce nabwo turasiga turi nk'abasuruka yutaragamba byinji bangara rya simara arenda ku rescue. So we just move. So the last beautiful time we spent together tukaba turi Nairobi recently akara chira kufuna headaches, so twaza yo for checkups Aga Khan hospital. What was interesting is that tukarara mu room emwe ubutanda buce bubiri akagira ngo turashishe sete tizire bibiro ka turari mu karumu kamwe. so nanye nachikiriza because he's my leader. So but I noticed something about his routine okwara byama okwari mukakushabasha 11 okwara kora ubusasaizi buce nari cyankwataho because at our age turakira kubyama munonga. So anyway, that little experience to Joko Nairobi, it was a very good experience. Then obashe mbere yo kwija kunuya mbire ndi nawe nabwe kunu mucyaro tukaza kuzika ife mu Kenyanya twagaruka wara manzani kuryembaga akariyo no wabo fire sides za Cherero asindika amabugo. So he's a man of the people. We are akunda kwija kunu every month. Then the last time obwabira ari mu church yite Jimpeya yombekire twaturi hamwe twayeshongora munonga that day akaro kwaya nunji munonga, and I saw he was very happy abahane set. So probably that was a good buy for him. So nyewe, I'm a single man. I think I'm the last single man mu brothers banje. Omukazi wanje akaya amurebire turabatiza last year yamumanya yamukunda, so I think she's blessed. So ndagira muraza kutusupporting ngo muze atachariho kuba nyondenda nkore imbaga yanje next year. So nibyebyo nyo muze ndamukunda munwa munjeri yanje. Rest in peace, my dear father. I love you so much. And tumwe bari kwija.
Mukama simwe. Mukama simwe. Tinga bahurire. Mukama simwe. Amazina no kwetwa nabanyeta Apostle Roland Naturinda. Ndiyo muhereza wenjiri. Hariho ebintu bishatu ebinkozire ekindi omu magara g'ensi. Ntaka bigambire oguna mukyara wanje birungishire Naturinda. Tuyina abaana babiri omushya hamwe n'omwojo. The first thing that has made me who I am today is God himself through Christ. The second thing that has made me who I am today was the mother that brought me into this world. The values she instilled in us, and the morals, and the respect for people. Last but not least, the general that lies before us today. There are no words I can use to describe our relationship, because he never made me feel like out of place. Words have been spoken about him. I don't want to repeat them. Everyone has had a different relationship with him. But please allow me to thank a few people. I know the protocol was already observed. Vice President of the Republic of Uganda. The country is mourning a great statesman. They have lost the Moses, but we have Caleb's here. We have Joshua's here. When you return to the State House, please tell the Excellency that we are going to fill the shoes. We are going to bridge the gap, and we will continue his legacy. In a special way, allow me to thank General Chivumbi. Wherever you are, please come forward with the Dr. Vitojo. Just briefly, please, I know why I'm saying this. I want my siblings to know what he did for us in absentia. And also allow me to thank Uganda Meat Producers Cooperative Union, where I'm a board. We got your condolence messages, thank you. The chairman, I think, is also here. And also allow me to thank Hope Discovery Church. I've seen the bishop is here. And some members also have come here. Mama Vanji, yoni nkweta mama hati. Akani otsigize. You know I love you. We've never quarreled. We have always worked together and shall be so. These two gentlemen here, because I was the first in our family to arrive on the scene, they pulled all strings, disobeyed all protocol to see the body of our father handled with dignity and with respect until it left Itojo. General Savimbi could not sit down. He made sure that he got all attention. He said, this great statesman cannot go in a mortuary. He refused that. He was treated with respect, and please, let us give them a hand clap for all the great work they've done. Dad, may your soul rest in peace.
Good afternoon, fellow mourners. I will not waste much of your time. My siblings have said it all. We're here to celebrate the life of Mzee. After the passing of Mom, Mzee has been there for us. He's been the father to the fatherless. Mzee, may your soul rest in eternal peace.
My name's Charles Tumushabe Bagaba. And this is my wife, Agaba Mary. He has been my Superman. I can't believe my Superman is gone. Dad has gone home now, guided by his faith and by the light of those that he has loved and lost. At last, he's with them once more, leaving those of us who grieve his passing with the memories he gave, the good that he did, the dream that he kept alive, and the single enduring image. The image of a man riding a Pegasus, smiling broadly as he sails into the wind, ready for whatever storm may come, carrying on towards some new wondrous place just beyond the horizon. Rest in peace, my Superman.
I will allow, since we are here as children, we came with Alvin to represent the grandchildren. He will say a word, and then I will speak after him.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming today to celebrate Shenkuru. I had a few words that I wanted to say since I represent all the grandchildren of Shenkuru. There aren't many people that I ever looked up to but my grandpa. He was the first person that I wanted to be like ever since I was born. The way he made people happy and the pure and blessed life he lived is what I want for myself and my future family. I'm sad that I didn't get to learn a lot more from you, but I'm sure I will learn more from others, from the lives that you touched. I love you, Grandpa, and I'll miss you forever. Thank you.
Yes, I will say the last word for the children. The rest who didn't speak, there is Aida Businje, my beautiful wife. There is Gerard Rukevera, our brother. I think they are the ones. And in absentia, Mr. Kamhanda Bright, the husband to Annette Twebaze. He's out of the country, he couldn't make it. And the speeches that were read by Lynette, though she took long, it was a speech from Jackie, who resides in Canada, with Jackie. Sorry, Donna, I'm sorry. As his children, we celebrate the unconditional love, unwavering support, and cherished memories that we shared with our beloved dad. Dad was a lot more than just a father. He was a pillar, a cornerstone of strength, a guiding star, an irrepressible source of inspiration. Our dad's most notable feature was his height. He was over 6 feet tall. You would think his tower presence would be intimidating, but he was the most kind and a gentleman I have ever known. Over the years, we have all learned that our daddy's love had no limits. A man devoted to his family beyond measures, a man with balanced devotion to both his immediate and extended family circles. He remarkably embraced the role of a father with both hands and wholeheartedly, with happiness, love, care, and support. The general well-being of his loved ones was top on the priority list. His selflessness extended beyond the coffins of the family home. He went an extra mile to make positive contribution and lasting impact on the lives of those around him, including those with views different from his. He was a gifted and remarkable person with unique abilities to turn even simple moments into cherished memories. He shared with everybody simple and funny childhood moments that truly exhibited in his humility and down-to-earth character. He paid extraordinary attention to mentoring us, guide us on the right path of life, and led by example. He instilled in us the values of hard work, compassion, integrity, selflessness, perseverance, and above all, the fear and love of the Almighty God. He encouraged us to dream big and provided immense encouragement and provided support all the way. We are what we are because of his wise counsel, which we forever take a special place in our hearts. He was there to share our good moments whenever we achieved milestones like birthdays, education, marriage, etc. Dad was equally comforting to all of us whenever we faced challenges. All this pushed us to achieve beyond our own imagination. He taught us to be resilient, adopt the never given up attitude. I cannot find enough words to describe our dad. He had a strong spirit, a big heart filled with a lot of compassion for everybody. The gap left behind by his sudden death is incomprehensible, but his legacy will live on. Today we say our farewell, but most of all to remember his remarkable life, integrity, love and care, compassion, selflessness to mankind, and his love and faith in God. We pledge and promise to carry on over Daddy's legacy with a lot of pride, building on the firm foundation he has established for us. We thank everybody. We have business partners, corporate partners, international partners, name it, Kenya, South Africa, Southern Sudan, Turkey, and Rwanda, etc., who have been there to comfort and support us since the sudden news of our daddy's death came in last Thursday. The Kampala community that reminded us, remained with us throughout at our Lubowa home, all the priests and the religious leaders that comforted us with prayer, and entire government team that continuously visited us. Your comforting messages gave us hope and courage. We are much more stronger. We remained indebted to all the teams that have been at the center of organizing our dad's funeral, both in Kampala.
Kitalo ddala. Olwaleero ennaku zomwe ziri 12 mwezi gwa musanvu mwaka 2023 lwe lunaku omugagga Apollo Nyegamahe Aponye Aponye group lwaziikiddwa wali ku bijja bya bajjajjaabe ku kyalo Muhanga mba mu town council gye bayita Muhanga mu district ye Chiluhula ye Luchiga district Luchiga mu district ye Luchiga. Tusaasiranya abaana amukyala ab'enganda abako n'abakodomi okuba nti baviiriddwako omuntu waabwe baviiriddwako mukwano gwabwe. Kitalo nnyo kitalo ddala era atusaba Mukama Katonda amuwe ekiwummulo eky'emirembe ekitangaala eky'olubeerera kimwakire.
Limited Mama Mary, who took Margaret, who took time to check on Dad when he was staying with Peter in Naguru. Amidst all what happened, at least they would be there for guidance and for support. We thank you. And as children, we also want to extend our appreciation, but I know our mom will speak about that. There is Ian Waherza. This is the helper or the gentleman who has been staying with Dad in Naguru, who knew the menu Dad was taking. He would be there all the time to make sure Dad has every meal that he needs to have because he was diabetic. So he made it that Dad would have his meal in time and make sure he's comfortable. Thank you, Ian. I would also want to extend appreciation to Mama Betty, who has been staying in this home where we are right now. She has been doing the same thing to take care of Mom and Dad. They are both diabetic. Dad has been diabetic and Mom is diabetic, and she's the lady who has been staying with us for all the time to make sure that Dad and Mom are comfortable in this home. Thank you, Mama Betty. Lastly, rest in eternal peace, our loving Dad. Rest assured that your legacy of hard work, peace, love, strength in the face of adversity and strong spirit will continue to live to inspire all of us here and all generations to come till we meet again. Rest in peace. Every one of us, rest in peace, Daddy. We will always remember you. Thank you.
Love you.
We love you.
Rest in peace, Daddy. We will always remember you. We love you. Rest in peace, Daddy. We will always remember you. We love you. Bigambo by'abaana b'omugenzi Apollo Nyegamahe Aponye. Biboogedde emboozi zaabwe ziwulidde zibadde zikwasa ennaku. Babadde n'omukwano mungi, omukwano ogw'enjawulo ne taata. Badde omusajja akuuma abaana be ku lusegere n'abatendeka emirimu n'abatendeka ensinga bw'etambula. Buli avaayo akugamba alina personal love with the dad. Kya muwendo kikulu. Apollo Nyegamahe wumula mirembe. Rest in peace. We love you, Daddy. Bigambo by'abaana bye bakuwereekereza nga bakusiibula kyowummule mirembe. Omukama Katonda akuwe ekiwummulo n'ekitangaala eky'olubeerera bikwakire otebenkere mirembe. Tedi kuddamu kumulabako ate. Olwalero lunaku olusembye okuddamu okumulabako. ebbanga erinaddako kujja kuba kumusisinkana eyo ffenna gye tuligenda naye nga kitalo nnyo ekya Apollo Nyegamahe. Apollo Nyegamahe oba Aponye abadde mugagga oba nagagga w'omu kibuga Kampala, abadde akola emirimu egy'enjawulo za arcade, za hotel, za supermarket n'ebirala bingi. Kampuni zabadde akola emmere n'ebintu ebirala bingi ebyokunywa n'ebirala byabadde akola nga ye, era nga emirimu gino agikoze bulungi era nga bannayuganda abadde bamusiima. Wabula wajjawo ko embeera etanyuma nga omanyi nti mirimu wabaawo ekintu ekijja ate nekinyigamuko ku kaaliyayo nekigizaamu ebbali. Apollo Nyegamahe bwe yaweebwa contract okukola emmere oba okugaba emmere mu biseera bya COVID, emmere gye yavaayo okugaba emmere neefuuka emmere neefuuka ensonga, nga bannayuganda bagamba nti emmere gyabagabira nvundu n'ebijanjalo bivundu, nti n'olwekyo ensimbi yalidde za bwereere. Byali bingi naye era byamandooza ne bitereezebwa. Kitalo nnyo, kitalo ddala ekya omugagga Apollo Nyegamahe. Ono yagwa kabenje bwe yali agenda mu kyalo eyo mu disitulikiti ey'e Rukiga gy'abeerera gy'azaalwa era gy'aziikiddwa leero, gyagalamiziddwa leero. Ate bwe yagwa mu kimotoka kikululana yasanga ku mabbali g'ekkubo ekyali kyafiiriddewo, bw'atyo n'ekigwa mu mmotoka ye n'assa omukka ogw'enkomerero teyavaawo awo. Kitalo nnyo, kitalo ddala. Abaana boogedde bingi ku taata era abasibudde taata bwe batyo. Maama naye ayogera bingi, buli muntu ayogera bingi, buli avaayo okwogera ku Apollo Nyegamahe ayogera bingi, ekikulaga nti omwami ono abadde wanjawulo. Wadde tubayo tulina ekifaananyi eno kye tufuna mu mawulire naye ate kirabika ekyo ekifaananyi si kyekya ddala, kuba bw'owulira abaana bye boogera balaga nti taata abadde wanjawulo. Tumusabire omukulu Apollo Nyegamahe awummule mirembe, Omukama muwe ekiwummulo, ekitangala eky'olubeerera bimwakire atebenkere mirembe. Mwebale mwenna abasabidde Apollo Nyegamahe, mwenna abakungubaze wamu ne famire, mwebale okuba nti mukikoze era mwebale okuzzaamu famire amaanyi mu kaseera kano ak'okujijuwala, akaseera akatali kangu nnyo. Kano akaseera akaba kazibu, kaba kakunyolwa, kaba kakusinda, naye abakuyimirirawo baba ddala nga beetaagisa okusiima. Kale mwenna abayimiriddewo ne famire, Omukama nammwe abaddizeewo. Byebyo nno bye twogeddeko leero, tujja kuddamu. Mukama nange nsaba bankuumire, mwebale mwenna abaddewo, tujja kuddamu. Mweraba.